Hi, everyone. Welcome to Maintain Monday. I am your host, Crystal, and I have a special co host with me today. Everyone, welcome my sister, and her name is Candace Curtis. Candace, can you tell everyone who you are and a little about yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Candace. I'm Crystal's older sister. Um, I'm 2 years married. I have two sons, 11 and 15 months. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hairstylist, cosmetologist. I've had my business for maybe about 10 years strong without another job. I've been licensed for 10 years, so that's how I say, I had my business for that long. But I've actually been styling hair for about probably 20 years and getting paid for it. Really, a really long time to me. Um, let's see, I work Tuesday through Saturday. I'm off on Sunday and Monday. That's family time. I try to make family time. I work a lot. I have a lot of clients. And yeah, I'm a family person. I'm big on family, my immediate family, and all my family. I like to be around my family. And I love my clients. And they're very loyal. And some of them I knew since I was big. They were big enough for me to pick them up. But now they like all kind of looking older than me. Yeah, they like graduating from college and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for that introduction. And you all know me. I'm Crystal. I host this show and produce this show. So I just want to thank you all for joining our main Young and Bold Maintain Monday conversation today. Now, we're just going to get into the show. Now, to let you all know, the topic for today, we will be celebrating young moms and entrepreneurs. Now, we're doing celebrating young moms because, as you know, May is Mother's Day. Mother's Day was earlier this month. So I just want to highlight some mothers that are being a mother and an entrepreneur at the same time. So our guest today, she does both. And I'm just going to read a quick bio for you guys to know who she is. Jerrica Chambers was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. She is a boy mom of a 7-year-old named Julian, and she is coming up on 2 years as a full-time entrepreneur. Jerrica is a makeup artist and a creator of the Imperfect Mom Tribe on social media. She loves creating memories with her family and friends, loving on her son, and showing moms that they don't have to be perfect in order to be the best mom for you and your family. Now, everyone, let's meet Jerrica. Hi, Jerrica.
Hi, y'all. Hey, everybody.
So, you heard what the topic of conversation is, so you know what that is. So, just tell our listeners, our audience, a little more about yourself.
Well, hello, everyone. Like she said, my name is Jerrica. I'm a boy mom. My son will be 8 in July. I still can't believe it. Like, time went by so fast. I used to work in corporate America, and I had my side business was as a makeup artist. I was a freelance makeup artist, almost coming up on 8 years as well as a makeup artist, and 2 years as a full-time entrepreneur. And a few years ago, I started doing these. I started noticing that I had a lot of struggles with motherhood, challenges that I was facing in silence. And once I started to talk about them with like my close friends that were moms, they were actually having the same challenges as well. So that's when I said, you know what? I wonder how many other moms out there are going through the same thing, and we all need to come together and help each other. So that's when I started creating the something called MCM, which is Mom Convo Mondays. We would do on Zoom or Instagram Live every Monday. I would bring on a professional to discuss different categories that us moms go through, and we would just vent and talk about those things so that we can get better as moms. That engagement grew so much that I eventually stopped playing around and expanded to the Imperfect Mom Tribe, which you see on my Instagram and Facebook. So that's where I'm at now. I love just meeting new moms and just connecting and just, just having a community where we just don't judge one another. We're just there to help each other and knowing that we can't do this alone. Like, it takes a village. So, yeah.
Definitely. And I totally agree with the part of, when in your bio you said you are imperfect, but perfect for your family.
Yeah.
So you just have to find that balance and don't worry about trying to be like other moms. Just be the mom that, your child needs.
Yeah.
So we just want to get right into the conversation, and you pretty much already started it. So, now, question really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Candace, you can answer this too, but what is your definition of an imperfect mom, but a perfect mom for your family?
Mm-hmm. So to me, I would say imperfect mom is all of us. Every mom. I don't look at any mom as being perfect, even though to the eye, on the outside looking in, we may look at someone like, oh my gosh, she's the perfect mom. She lives a perfect life, but we don't always know what what the other mom is going through or what their journey was or what their struggle is. So to me, an imperfect mom is someone who just embraces motherhood and embraces the challenges and the good and the bad, with being a mom, and don't be too hard on themselves, but acknowledge that it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You're not always going to feel like the best person, and you're going to be tired, and you're not always going to feel like being around your children. But the perfect mom for your family is that you always get it done for your family. You're perfect in your family eyes. When I first started the Imperfect Mom, when my son asked me, like, what was the name of it? And I told him the Imperfect Mom, he was like, I don't understand, because you are the perfect mom. Like, your family feel like you're perfect, but really we never feel like we're perfect enough. So that's my definition of an imperfect mom.
Okay, thank you. Candace, did you want to add something?
I was just like grasping of what the imperfect mom is. I mean, like she said, we all are imperfect. But I was thinking also, imperfect moms are moms who try the best and do the best they can as moms, but it's not always perfect. But of course, to your kids, you're like, oh my gosh, you're the best mom. Like my oldest son, he think I make the best food. I probably don't make the best food. And he thinks like, oh, he think I'm rich. Like, I'm not rich because I get him things. Like, he thinks like I'm a great mom, and like that be pumping me up. So I'm like, oh, like I'm good, but I ain't perfect, but dang, I'm a good mom. He makes me feel good when he compliments me as a mother. Yeah,
that's good.
And all the other things you said too, Jerika. Yeah.
That's good. And just to give my feedback, I definitely agree with both of you as far as being imperfect in the eye of someone else, but perfect in the eyes of your child. Now, I have a 7-year-old. Wait, no, she's not 7. She's 8. Sorry. I have a 8-year-old, and it's like you might say some things that you might not feel right saying when they're giving you attitude or doing something they're supposed to do, and you fussing at them. You be like, oh man, maybe I could have said something different or handled that situation differently than what you did. So that's where the imperfect part come in, and in your mind you thinking like, dang, I should have did something different. But to her, she see it as, well, I don't know. I guess she would see it as me being the mom that she needs.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. Candace, is there anything that you want to add, or like a question that you want to ask Jerika?
When you started your business, were you more busy with your business than when you were in corporate America? were you more busy, and how did you how did you have help with your son?
So when I was in corporate America, I was busy. There was a time where I even worked at Mac. Y'all familiar with Mac Cosmetics,
Uh-huh.
and I was working there to kind of. This was like in the beginning of my makeup career, trying to just learn more about skin tones and getting products and building my clientele.
Mm-hmm.
And I would work there on the weekends, and I really would never see my son. So I only worked there for about 3 months because I said I can't really do this. Like I was working to open to close.
Oh
So
yeah.
then once I started like just working for myself, it was much better because I controlled when I work.
Exactly.
And I definitely had a great support system because whenever I needed to go, do a client, still till this day, my sister, his father, my dad, my mom, everyone stepped up, and I'll have to, drop him off, pick him up, or they'll meet me somewhere. And now it's even better now that if I really can't find someone, I'm working in a salon right now, so I can just bring him to the salon, even though he really doesn't like it. But if he has his
Yeah.
iPad, he's fine.
Yeah. I can relate. I also have another question. So something I struggled with owning my business, and still, like in the past and now, it's mom guilt. Do you suffer from mom guilt? Because I know you did say at first you went to see him before when you were working at Mac and your other job at the same time. It like because owning a business does take a lot. Do you
Yeah,
suffer from mom guilt, or do you have mom guilt at times?
I do. I still do. Not as much though, because he's getting older. He understands more, and the reason why he understands more, excuse me, is because I explained more to him. I started explaining to him when he was about, I'll say about maybe 6,
Mm-hmm.
really what I do. And when I became full time, I had to explain to him like how much work it was going to take from me and how I wasn't going to have as much time with him. And he understood. And I would say how I got rid of some of that mom guilt is because I tried to include him in a lot of things I do with my business. Like if
Yeah.
I'm deciding, like if I'm on a computer working on a flyer, I'll ask him, come over. Oh, what color do you like? Like so that he feels like he's included and that I'm
Yeah.
not just pushing him away when it's time for me to do my work.
Yeah. I feel like you have a mature son, and I think my oldest son was very mature in me growing my business, because although I suffer from that mom guilt, I made up for it, in times that I was free, hanging
Mhm.
out with him and talking to him. I talk to him a lot, even at night,
Yeah.
or I text him on the phone now, just all the time, just so he feels like I'm not neglecting him, because I am at work, even though my place of work is at home now. So I'm home, and he likes that I work home, so he can see me whenever he wants, even though I still don't see him because we be on different floors. Um, I just I don't know. I felt like including him, and because we talk to our boys and their minds are kind of mature. I feel
Yeah.
like they're not like, I don't know. So I guess that's a part of us being like good moms, still
Yeah.
imperfect, but like that shows through our children,
Mhm. Yeah, and they'll tell you
that
how
we
they
are
feel.
communicating.
Yep. Mhm.
Exactly. And they are able to open up to us and tell us like, oh, I ain't see you in a long time, or like, what you doing? But they understand, because I do tell my son, like, I'm doing this for you. Like, you got things you got, or you're going to have things you have in the future because I'm working hard for you. So,
Yep.
I tell
Now,
my oldest son, little one still catching up. So,
okay, so both of you kind of like touched on the question that I wanted to ask, but it's pretty much is how do you balance both? Now, both of y'all just said the same thing. You include your child in the business to make them, feel like they're involved, or, talking to them. But when it's times where, let's say you have 4 or 5 clients, the four or five clients a day, how do you balance that time with being a mom and a entrepreneur?
So for me, I would say now I'm at a place where I will block my calendar off. Like, so my son just started basketball training, and it was at the last minute we signed him up. It was for 8 weeks on Saturdays. So for like 3 weeks, I missed him because I already had clients. But I went in, and those other rest of those weeks, I blocked off, the 2 hours for the Saturday so that I can make it. But times before, when I couldn't, do things like that, I would have to dedicate a day to him, even if it's not a full day, like a few hours. Like, okay, Wednesdays are our days where we're going to watch a movie, or we're going to go to the park, or whatever we're going to do. Wednesday is our day to spend time with each other. Even though, of course, yes, we're spending a little bit of time with each other daily, but it's not it's not designated time, intentional time that I'm making for him. So that's what I did to balance. I also try to, which I'm not consistent with this, but when I do it, it really helps. I budget my time. So I remember when I used to work at PayPal, Crystal, I would literally budget every minute of my day. Like, I will write out a schedule from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. And this included, I will put in there lunch breaks, whatever type of time. I would write out what I needed to do. So on my lunch break, I would write out what I needed to do in my business on my lunch break. So those 30 minutes, I wasn't eating, or if I was eating, I was also doing something in my business so that it could kind of try to like free up some time once I got home.
Right. And how about you, Candace? Is it how do you balance being a mom and entrepreneur?
Well, I'm not as disciplined as Eureka. I need to learn to budget my time because that makes so much sense. Because I do have times at night where I have like maybe 15 text messages, just questions about hair, because my clients know to book, on my website, and somebody might be trying to get squirrels in, but I just had to like ignore my phone and just pay attention or be with my family. And I was like, I'll get to those texts when I get to them. So I stay up at night. So this is something I need to work on, because I end up staying up late at night because that's the only time I have for myself when everybody's asleep. And then I'm back up in the morning, starting all over, doing the same thing again when I'm tired. Like,
yeah.
So I definitely need to work on budgeting my time. But when I'm done work, I always make an effort, or if I have a break in between clients, I always make an effort to go to Harlan, see what he's doing, talk to him, ask him about school, ask him like what he's looking at on TikTok. Like, we make jokes with each other a lot. And I think I like just to make him laugh or smile. And I feel like I'm touching a part of his heart where he knows that I'm there. If I make him laugh and smile, even for a few minutes, and then I go back to work, and he's okay, with me being at work.
So, yeah. Also, leaning on your tribe, I feel, will help you balance as well. Like, stop feeling like we have to do it all. Like, if they offer, or even if they don't offer, I had to, because my mom, she's the type of person, she will never call me and offer, or even if I tell her I have 50 things on my plate, she won't be like, oh, we'll just bring them over here. So I had to get in the habit of asking. And that took a lot from me, but I'm like, okay, they're here for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I need to put my pride to the side and ask. And it's not going to be yes all the time, and that's fine. But I ask and I lean on my tribe, and that really helps me balance a lot too.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like having that, having that support system is good. Or not only for entrepreneurs, but for just moms in general, parents in general. If you do have that family support to be there to help you, like me, I just work a regular job. I'm not no entrepreneur or anything, but I have my mom and my sister and my niece. Like, if I say, hey, can y'all watch Autumn for a second? I got to work late today, or I got to go in early and so forth. So I feel like having that family connection.
Yeah.
I mean, is
The tribe. Yeah.
what's needed. Okay, so now we all know that this past year, or I can say what, 15, 18 months or something like that, that we
Girl, I stopped counting.
pandemic. Right. That's why I'm like 18, 15, whatever months it is, this whole pandemic has put a strain on a lot of people. Now, I want you guys to give advice to our listeners or explain to our listeners how you dealt with dealing with your business, being a mom, and dealing with the stress of the pandemic. Did it take a toll on you, or being a mom, or your business? Or just explain how you dealt with the whole thing with this whole pandemic situation.
Okay.
Either one of you could go first.
Sharika.
Okay. So I'll be honest, it was a roller coaster for me. It was up and down. It was down one moment, it was up one moment. And that goes for my emotions, my how I was feeling physically, emotionally, my mental. That goes for all of that. Because it was like it was shock. I just could not believe we were living in the time that we were living in. And I'm a mom, I co-parent with his dad, and our schedule really got thrown off because we used to do, like, his dad would get him every other weekend, and a few times during the week he would stay with his dad. But since his dad was still working during the pandemic every day and I wasn't, we had to switch that schedule up because he wasn't going to school. He had to do school home with me. So now I was having him all week, and his dad would get him on the weekends. And even though to some moms, they would, love to have a schedule like that, it just was something that I wasn't used to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like by Friday, I was like, okay, come, what time are you coming? But then I started, okay, let's embrace this, the time we had together. Luckily, my sister, we live in the same building, just on different floors. So we were able to spend a lot more time together, do movie nights. I was able to, even though was already hands-on with him with his schoolwork, I was even more hands-on with him with his schoolwork. I could hear him actually learning, participating, not participating. I could help him with whatever he was struggling with. And we just was able just to spend more quality time. So I did love that. But it also was draining mentally, on me as far as being a business owner, because I didn't work, as far as doing makeup. I didn't work for, I don't know, 7 months or something like that. So I had to pivot my business into teaching online classes. And I mean, that was something that I was wanting to do already, but it forced me to, move quicker with that. Yeah. So in a way, it did help with my business, but I also felt the need to just rest and reset, because it was all you see on social media was, oh, if you didn't create a business during this pandemic, you didn't do nothing, or you got to do this. And it was like, sometimes people just needed that time during the pandemic to rest, to get their mind right, to figure out their next move. So I did all of that. I rested, I worked, I spent time, I created the Imperfect Mom Tribe. I did. I fell, I worked out, I stopped working out. It was, everything.
Now, you had said something about, dang, it just slipped my mind. Being, taking that time to rest and reset. That's definitely what a lot of people needed to do at this time. And then this pandemic forced a lot of people to do things that they had, like, they've been wanting to do, but people haven't had the time to do it. So I would look at it as, I'm not going to say this pandemic was the best thing for some people, but it helped a lot of people get things done. Because like you said, on social media, you saw people starting businesses and doing this and doing that. Some people had probably had that business idea in their mind a long time ago, but haven't had the actual time to sit down, write the business plan, and actually get it off the ground. Because I know a lot of people that started businesses during the pandemic, and some people look at them like, oh, they crazy. Why they do that during the pandemic? Like right now, I'm working for a company that was birthed during the pandemic. So it's like, this really, it kind of was good and bad at the same time, just like you explained. But Candace, is it something you wanted to add to that? How did this whole pandemic situation, did it affect you at all, or how did you handle it?
It affected me with Harlan, my oldest son, because of virtual school. It was not the best for him, but it was the only option for him. As far as my business, I never really stopped working because like people did not want to stop getting their hair done. But I stopped taking as many people as I was as before. I was like, cautious because you never know what was next. Like what strain was coming, what they were going to say, what restrictions were going to come up. And I wanted to be, safe because the people were coming to my place of business, which is also where I live. So I had to be safe. And I probably made less money, but I still had the option to make money. So I was fortunate in that way, but it was just unfortunate for him, for my son, because of virtual school. It was taking a toll on him. He's going through puberty, preteen years. And it was also tough. So I had to like be there. Sometimes we had to cry together because it was stressing him out. Like, and if he's stressed, I'm stressed because I don't want my child to be stressing or going through something without, me being there to help him. And sometimes you can't hug it away. You can try to pray it away, but it's just not going to go away. So you got to do what you can and be there the best way that you can. So it was a good thing that I was taking less clients because I had more time to be hands-on with a middle schooler. Like, middle school is a tough year. So, like, he's going through it, which means I'm going through it. And I still got to work, So, but I did make time to put him, first. Like, doctor's appointments or anything that he needed, I made time. And if I had to cancel a client, they understood. And like having a support system was definitely a plus. Like having my older sister text him, checking on him, just different things to help him feel not so overwhelmed. Because he was feeling very, very overwhelmed. He's better now, and he tried the in-person school. He liked it, but it still didn't work out for him. So he's looking forward to 7th grade. And yeah, I've been in touch with teachers just to keep him afloat because I didn't want him having to do 6th grade again just because. And the teachers were so understanding, like with everything going on with the pandemic. Like all kids are not doing the best that they could. And yeah, they see Harlan's brightness, and they know he could do better. But this virtual school is taking a toll on the children and their families. So that's the only part that like really kind of hurt me because my husband, he was still working. I was still working, and we had my mother to come over babysit. Like it really didn't affect my family financially. It affected us emotionally.
Yeah. That's where I don't want to say the bad part it came in at, but like you said, that family support is definitely good, especially during this pandemic and the whole virtual school stuff. I'm not even an entrepreneur, but I just still didn't like it from the beginning, and to this day, I still don't. But I did not want to send her back into the school building. But like you said, it takes a toll on the family and the child because children,
especially,
yeah, and because that's a lot for elementary and middle school kids to deal with, and you have they on social media all the time, and then now you telling them they gotta sit in front of the computer for schoolwork. So it's like, what
the lack of a social life was really affecting most kids.
Yeah.
Like not being able to be around your friends, or if you were around them, just being apart and having a mask on. It's so different.
Definitely. Yeah. It definitely is different. Okay. So Candace, do you have any questions or anything like a topic that you feel like we need to discuss? or we should discuss?
Finding time for yourself and
Yeah.
being an entrepreneur and a mom. We talked about, staying up late because that's the only time we can find for ourselves. Well, me anyway. But how do you find time for yourself? I know, your son goes to his dad's on the weekends, but you're probably working. I don't know. How do you find time for yourself?
Yeah, so that's absolutely correct. I'm a makeup artist, so most of my clients are on the weekends. And so sometimes I feel burnt out because I'm like, I'm really not getting a break because I have him during the week and then I have mostly work during the weekend. But um, I was just like you. I mean, I still am sometimes. I'll stay up late once he goes to sleep. And even though now it's better because he's older, but I would stay up. I would make sure I have him sleep when he was a little younger, make sure, and I knew that I couldn't work like while he was up. I would make sure he sleep by his bedtime. So he used to go to bed at 8. Now it's a little later than that thanks to the pandemic. But he used to go to bed at 8. And I would stick to that because I knew when he go to bed at 8, I have about, I want to work about 3 hours alone time without, him, and then I will go to sleep. Now, it's more so of since I'm mostly in the house and it's hard as an entrepreneur. And Candace, you probably know this too. Like it's hard with being in the house as an entrepreneur and staying consistent and motivated and just making sure that we're on point with prioritizing our business daily, even when we're in the house all day. So I had to figure out like, okay, Jerika, what am I going to do instead of being in bed all day and stuff like that? So I started doing like a morning routine. I would wake up. So instead of staying up late once he go to sleep, I didn't need to do that because he's older. So I started waking up earlier before I had to wake him up for his virtual school. I would wake up early and make me some tea and, read my devotionals and write in my journal and do some yoga. Like I would just spend a little bit time with myself prior to starting my day. And that really, really, really helps. I will say I can tell the difference. Like when I don't do that, and how off track my day is, I can definitely feel the difference.
I like that you have a routine, and I regret not creating one for myself before my baby was born, but that's impossible.
It's not too late.
But I don't know. It's hard with the 1-year-old. I mean, but my mother does come early now, and I can get up early. I just need more of that discipline, and I think we do have to take care of ourselves in order for our business to run like smoothly and to be successful. Because you got to take care of yourself. Even to be a good mom for your kids, you got to take care of yourself.
Yes,
because if you don't take care of yourself, then they're gonna have a
and even if you can't do like a morning routine or a night routine, I tell people try to just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even if it's just your time taking a bath or your time in a shower, just try to relax your mind during that time. Or if you get time, 20 minutes to watch TV while he's, on lunch break in his room or something like that, just try to spend a little bit. We have to get creative because we don't have the freedom to just go out and get a facial whenever we want or, stuff like that. We have to kind of get creative with how we spend our time. So I'm about to even go on Amazon and get me a one of those facial steamers and create like a spa day for myself on Sundays and like see if that helps me get ready for my week. I'm just trying to try different things.
Yeah, I agree with both of you as far as like self-care, especially if you're running a business and being a full-time mom. So you have to pour into yourself so you can pour into your child and your clients, of course. So that self-care part is very, very important because like Candace said, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you service your clients? Like let's say you don't want to be sick and come into your clients looking all depressed and everything, but that self-care part really plays a big part on your mental. And it allows you to, like you said earlier, Jerika, reset and rest and reset. And that allows you to really, be a better person for your child. Excuse me. Now, what is the hardest part of being I want to say, first, I'm going to start with full-time mom. What's the hardest part of being a full-time mom?
I guess I would say the hardest part full-time mom. I think just trying to, we touched on this earlier, but for me, I would have to say balance and organization. Like, I feel like if I could get better organized, then I would be able to like balance out some things more. I just try to do so much, and I have to realize that you can only do but so much in a day. So just knowing that, sticking to my to-do list, and maybe just choosing like, because I try to get everything done on my to-do list. And someone gave me some great advice and said, just prioritize like 2 or 3 top things that must get done on your to-do list, no matter what. And then everything else could be extra. So I think that's where my challenge comes in, is just trying, making sure that I'm not trying to overextend myself and trying to do too much, in one day.
Yeah. Candace, what do you think is the hardest part of being a full-time mom?
I think my most challenging part is routine. Yeah.
You said setting a routine?
Yes, because I don't always cook dinner at the same time every day. I'm off at different times every day. My husband is now off at different times every day because he started his side work with his own business. So we got 2 parents in one house, who has their own business, which takes time. And we also have to make time for the children. So routine, like if I had a set routine where they had dinner ready for them at the same time every night, which is like impossible sometimes. The same bedtime every night. They do have bedtimes. The babies don't always go as planned, but it's getting better. And morning routine. We kind of do have a routine, but it's not organized. So I guess organization comes into play, like Jerika said. That's the hardest part.
I totally have to agree with both of you. As me being of course, a full-time mom, like having that balance and having that routine is what really will, let your day go smooth. And then like Jerika does, in having her morning routine, having that alone time will definitely set your mind right for the rest of the day, because it would allow you, if you just wake up in the morning, get out of bed and go wake your child up, that both of y'all waking up with an attitude, it's not going to be a good morning. Yes. And that has happened to me a couple of times. Like Autumn, I'll just wake up out of bed one day and like, oh man, like I'm not necessarily overslept. I can be woke, but I'll just still lay in the bed and just sit. And I'm just like, man, I could have got up and, did this, did that. And then I just jump up like, come on, Autumn, time to get up. And then she don't want to get up. So
we be mad.
So that sets the tone for the day. And then that made me realize like, yeah, I can't do that, because me and attitudes and her, it's like clashing and I don't like it. So that made me realize that having that alone time to get your mind right, talk to God and pray for a smooth day, and then productive, not only smooth, but a productive day. Like you two, both of y'all run a business. So I feel like running a business, you definitely have to make sure that your day is productive. And it all starts with the morning routine. And then it doesn't even necessarily have to be 30 minutes or 45 minutes or whatever. If you wake up 15 minutes early just to get that day started before the commotion in the house start, then you'll be able to, Have a smooth day.
I'm work on
Excuse me.
that.
So
Waking up
now,
early.
now the question is, what is the hardest part of being a full-time entrepreneur owning your business?
What is the hardest part? I think the hardest part for me is I think I guess prioritizing how to like when to work on certain parts of your business, um and setting boundaries, I guess I would say, because if we don't set boundaries, I know for myself, I could be working all day, not literally doing
Yes,
makeup all
exactly.
day, but I could go from seeing clients to coming home, working on, emails or working on different projects I have going on, but setting those boundaries to myself, like, okay, I'm only going to work from 8 to 4 today. So, and I'm also going to take a lunch break, or I'm also not going to text my friends during this time, or I'm going to let my friends know, like, hey, I'm working during this time. Don't call me, because of course, as entrepreneurs, I'm sure, Candace, you can attest to this. Our friends know that we're entrepreneurs. So it's like, oh, if they're off or whatever, they calling us with the gossip, or they want to talk
Yeah.
about the kids, or, and it's like, but we were in the middle of trying to stay focused, but we let that deter us. So I think for me, I would definitely say boundaries, boundaries is a big challenge for me as far as being an entrepreneur. Um, and yeah, that's my number one, boundaries.
Okay.
And how about you, Candace?
Um, I would have to say, I think I do have boundaries. Piggybacking off of that, because I don't answer my phone if I know if it's like my mother asking me if I seen something on Facebook when she not working. Like yeah, I'm working, so no, I haven't seen it. I stay off of social media. I mean, I need to be on my business page more, but I guess that's a boundary I have set for myself. The other part is my hard part is, I guess I'm too nice at times. I have become better with being more, I guess, not stern, but upfront, or not so
Saying no.
passive. Yeah, saying no, because like my clients will text me, they know my schedule is busy, and they were like, "Can you squeeze me in? You think you can squeeze me in?" And I actually be looking for time to squeeze them in, knowing I have no time. So then I end up working like 2 hours past my time because I'm trying to accommodate this person's needs before my own. Like, and I get in trouble with my family a lot because of that. Like, oh, you supposed to be off at 7:30. It's 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
can I
yeah.
squeeze that person in? But I really didn't need to squeeze that person in, but I just want to accommodate somebody. Or I'm a people pleaser, and I'm working on being a self pleaser over other people, putting myself before other people. So that's like more, I guess, the hardest part in owning my business, because I have a hard time saying no. I have a hard time raising my prices because people are like, oh, that's it. Oh, you should charge more. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. It's like, I don't know.
No, we need to talk.
You probably can tell me a little something, because I'm known as the $5 girl from when I was like 12 years old. People would pay me $5. And going from like $5 to $60 is like a jump, and I always feel like I don't charge what I'm worth. I know I'm worth much more than what I charge people. But I like to be the one that people like to come to, and I don't want to be the one like, oh, she's too high or something like that.
But
But
what you
I have
said,
to be okay.
not to cut you off.
Okay with people saying I'm too high, because I got
Yeah.
people coming to me. Yeah, and I feel like, oh my gosh, like it's so much, y'all. I'm so blessed in a way. It's like anything I ask God for, He give it to me. Like one time I asked God, send me more clients. So I want to make this much a day. And then it started happening. It was like magic. Like that's how I know God is real. Like I ask you for these people, and I see other stylists out here during the pandemic who maybe had a little struggle here and there. But like I never questioned God, but I always have that question in my head, like, why do these people like me so much? Like, what is it about me? And I guess it's because I don't want to get too, into my relationship with God, but I feel like my relationship with God is why I have the clients I have. They come to me from far. They come to me for years, and they probably could find another stylist that's just as good or better than me, but they choose me. So I guess it's something in me that they see. So I feel like I'm worth more than what I put out for myself or what I charge.
Okay, I'm itching to say something. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
You mentioned you know your value, and it's something you just said. It's something about you that makes them travel from afar and have been coming to you for years. So that's your answer right there. You have built a clientele that, no matter what, they're going to support you, from a salon to in your house to being with you for years. So that's key. No matter if someone does hair, it can be someone that does hair 10 times better than you, but they're still going to come to you because they built that rapport. They know that they can call you and you'll squeeze them in, or you'll empathize with whatever they have going on.
But that's what I need to stop
doing. Yeah, that alone will make them, no matter what, still come to you. No matter if you raise your prices, they will understand and they will come to you even more because you raise your prices and you're starting to see your value, just like they're starting to see your value. So that's another conversation that we gotta have, but I'm letting you know you need to do it.
Yes, and I need to be on the Imperfect Mom more, but I don't be on social media that much.
It's okay. Yes. And listen, just think about this.
I'm gonna get a t-shirt and everything. Like I want all the mom stuff I be seeing online. Like
yes, but as moms, we always talk about like how we don't have enough time, right? Just think about if you was, and this is how I had to think about it when I went up on my prices. If you went up on your prices, just thinking about how much money you would make taking less clients, how much you need to go up on your prices, and then you can take less clients and still make the same or more money, and then that will free up more time.
That's always my goal. Working less, making more.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Crystal. I know we.
No, it's fine. This is definitely a great conversation, and I just wanted to piggyback off of what Candace said and why people come to her. Like, I've obviously known her all my life. Yeah. She's older than me, but Candace has that like calm personality,
nurturing.
And then like even some of her clients, like they'll talk to me or say something about, oh yeah, Candace is always so nice and she's really patient and gentle, like with the kids and stuff like that. So I just feel like that's why they come to you. And then just like Jerika said, if you know your value and raise your prices, they'll still come to you, not because of the prices that you charge, because of who you are as a person, and not
my work. I mean, I do good work.
Okay.
And my work, yes. That's why I'm trying to go to Jerika. The work speaks for itself.
Right, exactly. And then another part about this whole thing is, how you see people like promoting everything on social media, come to me, schedule here, book here, so forth and so forth. I've realized both of you, I mean, obviously y'all have your business page and y'all advertise on social media, but y'all don't post every client you do. And
your work is your billboard and it speaks for itself. So
exactly,
it's God that's sending us, like this God doing this for us, because I haven't had to advertise. Not that, I mean, my business is old. So I got like people that started with me at 4 years old and they 21. Like my business is old, so I don't have to advertise. And even when I get new people, it's because they saw somebody else's hair. Like referrals is like
Right.
your number one thing, but I pride myself on not having to advertise. But if I ever needed to, I mean, I will.
Yeah.
And everybody should advertise regardless, because it's your business and you always want to be better, do better, and get yourself out there. But
Yeah, and I've realized that now. Speaking back on the social media aspect, and I'm going to go back to the Imperfect Mom Tribe.
Okay.
So what was one thing that really like stood out to you to say, hey, I need to do this, or I'm starting this right now because of whatever. So what is your why behind the Imperfect Mom?
So my why behind it is because of course, in the beginning, we spoke about how I want moms to feel like, you don't have to be perfect to be the best mom. But also I started noticing that all these other mom pages that I followed, they just gave like this perfect outlook on motherhood, right? You see the DIY crafts that they do, and you see the trips that they go on and all of that, and that's fine and dandy, and I love to look at it and aspire to do some of those things. But I wanted people to come to my community and look at my page and feel seen and feel heard. And it was important for me to separate it from my personal page, just because I had so many people following my personal page that weren't moms. So I wanted to be intentional about my community and the people that I accept or follow on the Imperfect Mom Tribe. So yeah, that was my whole reasoning to creating that page, was to just build the community of moms and to just start connecting and making moms feel like they see themselves when they see me, or when they see me post, and when they see my quotes and things like that.
So what is the main content that you try to put out there? What are you trying to say to these imperfect moms? So yeah, what is the main content that you put out there? Now you mentioned that you see other moms like posting DIYs and trips and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not saying that you shouldn't post that stuff, because like you said, that they are inspiring you and you can inspire somebody else. But what is your main content that you want to put out there?
Right. I found out that, and I'm still experimenting with the content that I post. So when I post my content, I always look at my analytics and see, okay, well, me posting me yelling at my son, like, how did this do compared to us cooking together? Like, so I try to post, because I still feel like my page is fairly new. So I try to post a variety of things, from me posting in my stories about a simple conversation that me and my son had, with the questions that he asked me. And when I tell people about it, they are like, I can't believe your son said that. So I'm like, okay, maybe other people will find it interesting. So I'll post like that, even though it's just everyday stuff to me. I'll post it and people will find it entertaining. So to answer your question, mostly I try to post everyday things. And then when I find like maybe a quote somewhere else or something that inspire me, I'll put my own twist on it and post a quote about it or something like that. So just mainly real life things from my experiences or other moms close to me experiences that I feel like other moms can relate to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good. And just to piggyback off of that, like I follow you on social media, and I do see you posting like the cooking videos with your son and so forth. And it was a while ago you had posted the video with your son cooking the mozzarella sticks. Me and Autumn made those mozzarella sticks.
Oh, nice.
So, and then we do it a lot now because she loves them. She will want mozzarella sticks all the time. Oh, can we make mozzarella sticks? Even on my lunch break. I'm like, Autumn, we ain't gonna have time on your lunch break to do the whole.
Yeah, that's too much.
And so, but yeah, so I mean, I feel like the Imperfect Mom page, the Imperfect Mom Tribe, is encouraging to other moms just for the title imperfect.
Yeah.
You don't have
and
to
relatable.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Definitely definitely relatable. You don't have to be try to be perfect or try to be that TV mom or
Yeah.
that's on social media, like you said, posting trips and taking them this place and that place. And you don't even have to spend a lot of money to be that perfect mom for your child.
Right.
Yeah, it's also motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation and
Definitely.
inspiration, because some moms might not, know what to do with their kids or need ideas.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that because and sometimes I'll be, before I post something, I used to be like, oh my gosh, like I can't post this, like I'm a mom. But now, like, depending on like if I'm all dressed up and makeup on, I want to post that because I want people to know, like, us moms, we can get dressed up and we can feel good about themselves. Or
Exactly.
versus me posting I'm in pajamas and my hair is a mess and now I got this scarf on my head because I'm ready to take my hair out. But
We
that's
still
real
see
life stuff too. As moms, like I want people to see like this is all motherhood here. We take the good with the
Exactly.
bad, the pretty with the ugly. This is it, real raw, and this is what you see is what you get.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Now we only have about 3 minutes left.
Oh wow.
I know, right? Time going by fast. So I just want to give each of you an opportunity to shout out your social media and contact information for like Jerika, if someone, want to get if you want to get clients for makeup or, just highlight the Imperfect Mom Tribe page and stuff like that. Just give out your contact information.
Sure. Well, Crystal, again, thank you so much from you and the Elevation Group for having me. I really appreciate it. My Instagram for my mom community is the Imperfect Mom Tribe. It's on Instagram and Facebook. Bear with me on Facebook because I'm just getting back into Facebook. So, but yeah, the Imperfect Mom Tribe. And then I am going to have a restock of my t-shirts, I think by the end of this week. And that'll be the imperfectmomtribe.com. And then for my beauty side, if you would like to book an appointment or if you just want to follow my beauty page to see, my work and my tips and stuff like that, it's Jerika Chambers Beauty on Instagram.
Okay, thank you. And Candace, you can go ahead and give out your social media information, contact information.
Okay. My business page on Instagram is harcan_style_by Candace. Yeah. Harcan_style by Candace. I just separated my pages maybe a couple months ago from my personal to my business. And my personal page is Candace M11. Yeah. I'm not on that much, y'all, but follow me if you get it. And I'm on there here and there to make a post sometimes and just scroll here and there, but I'll be missing some stuff. Yeah, Candace M11 is my personal page. My business page, Harcan, HARCAN_style_by Candace. On that page, you'll see just my work, some of my latest work, inspiration. It's also my booking site. My calendars right now is closed from July through September. I open in 3-month increments. So up to June is like booked right now, but I do have another stylist. Her name is Bianca. Her Instagram is BIA Styles at Bia Styles is her Instagram, and she works here in my studio, and she's accepting clients on my behalf. Yes, and I recommend her if you can't get with me. Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to thank you both for joining the show today. Candace, thank you for co-hosting with me, and Jerika for being a guest. This was a great conversation.
Yes.
So thank you for joining. And really quick, hold up. Excuse me. And really quick, thank you guys for listening. All of the Elevation Global Media Group followers, thank you for listening and always supporting the Young and Bold staff. And if you have any topic suggestions or ideas that you feel as though us millennials need to talk about or discuss, then just shoot us an email on elevationglobalmediagroup.com, and you can catch the Young and Bold segment every fourth Monday on the Elevation Global Media Group Facebook page and Instagram page, and also YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow our subscribers. So Candace and Jerika, if y'all not following, go to YouTube and search Elevation Global Media Group, and you will find us there. And we also have other shows that we've done. I produce the regular Maintain Monday shows, and we have those previous shows on our YouTube channel. So you can go check those out. And again, thank you for joining, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. See you guys.
All right, bye.
See you guys. Bye.